because not only is he a coach, I believe his company is a masterpiece of bringing this thing. And I think he is very steadfast on trying to keep the Pro Bowl a thing and a celebration for the NFL forever. Ladies and gentlemen, GOAT, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion multiple times, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton.
How you doing?
What do you say, guys? Thanks. I'm just like a Harold, going to ride all the rides, but down here for the Pro Bowl. And I agree, Pat. I think the NFL should have one weekend with the best players in the world come together, and it's a good thing, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Okay, so I talked about this a few moments ago before you were on, and thank you for taking time from Disney World. Can't wait to see. You need to get on that Avatar ride. That Avatar ride where you're in the middle. Yeah, it's the one. Enjoy it down there. You've obviously earned it. So I talked about how whenever the Pro Bowl was back in Hawaii, and we obviously see the nostalgia clips, the quarterback challenge, the bench press, the running, and the resort was kind of all saved for NFL. It was like an NFL family almost out there in Hawaii. You were a big piece of kind of setting up what was going on, and a lot of people called you the mayor of it. So whenever there's this conversation about the Pro Bowl maybe no longer being relevant, I feel like you have tried to jump in and say, like, this is an event that needs to be saved. Where do you think we stand with the Pro Bowl games? How do you think this continues to evolve? And what are your thoughts on last night and what's going to happen on Sunday?
You're right, Pat. I mean, the NFL does a good job. Kind of like Hawaii, they have a hotel. It's just the NFL players and their families. And of course, to be able to go to Disney World and, celebrate that with your families is pretty cool. But look, last night I saw Drake May having a conversation with Baker Mayfield. And to me, there's room in that in a young quarterback like Drake May learning how to be a pro. Learning how to go through a coaching change, which Baker Mayfield has done several times, right? That's the value. How do we keep these players at each position learning from a veteran player? And look, I realize some of these guys work out together and you can play in a charity golf tournament together, very concentrated weekend where, like I said, the best of the best from some veteran quarterbacks. And that's where I saw Ray Lewis have a conversation with Patrick Willis. I saw LaDainian Tomlinson have conversations with Adrian Peterson. That's how we keep the game strong. That's why I think it's important.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that camaraderie behind the scenes at the Pro Bowl of all the greats is a massive ordeal. I think celebrating our greats is a massive ordeal. I'll be excited to see how it continues to evolve. Go ahead, AJ.
Peyton, who were some of those guys, maybe some of those old school quarterbacks when you first got in the league that you used to bug at events like that, the Pro Bowl, or maybe when you see them before a game?
Well, the first Pro Bowl that I played in, Rich Gannon was there, Mark Brunell, and just a couple of veteran guys. I mean, like I said, I had a chance to be around Dan Marino and be around Troy Aikman at a couple of other events. So anytime a young quarterback can be around a veteran, I think you annoy the heck out of him. You ask him as many questions as you can up until he says, all right, enough, kid. Leave me alone. I got to hit this shot. So, like I said, it's important to pay it forward. I've always believed, whether it's through our football camp or anytime a young quarterback had a question for me, look, don't keep all the secrets to yourself. Pay it forward. Teach a young quarterback, teach a young running back what it takes to be a pro. And I think it's good for the game, and hopefully that'll continue. Now, listen, like, would I like to beat Eli in this Pro Bowl? Very much so. He's 2-0. He's talking about a three-peat. That's annoying. It's offensive. And I'm afraid if we don't win, they'll fire me and I won't get to come back. So, look, did I have 10 Bud Lights with George Kittle last night? Yes, I did. But I'm still studying film and putting in a good game plan.
Well, I don't know if you've done that the last two times when you've lost. Maybe we up the number.
No. I think you're right, Pat. I think the past 2 years, going to bed early, drawing up plays, watching film, that's out the window. Bud Lights with Kittle. I think that'll be my winning edge this year.
Yeah, it's a smart play, and I can't wait to see the Super Bowl commercial. You, Shane, Post Malone, and many others out there. The jean shorts you had on Shane's social post last night were phenomenal. You just pulled those right out of the closet. We know that.
I did. Yeah. It was a BYO jean shorts.
Yeah, I understand. A Three-Peat. Watch Eli. He can't be selling any merch with Three-Peat. Pat Riley owns that shit. Have you heard about this?
That's right. He patented, right, with the Lakers, right?
Genius. This guy's made money off of so many people. Pat Riley's just raking in money, and he'll do it for Eli for sure. Let's talk. Go ahead.
I hope Pat sues Eli just for using it, especially when it's not going to happen, because the AFC is going to take care of business.
Of course. Hey, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're down bad right now, but yeah, you're going to make it. You're going to make it happen. I like you getting George boozed up, too. He's on the NFC's team. Maybe you need to drink every NFC player under the bar and just get them. Yeah, that's not a bad play. I like what you're doing.
Exactly.
You talk about older players being with younger players, and you take immense pride in the Manning Passing Academy. You know, that's been going on for a long time, I think since late 90s or early 90s. Yep. And you've made a documentary about Buddy Teevens, who is a massive piece of the Manning Passing Academy. I got a chance to read a write-up that you did about Buddy and about why you chose to do this. Can you talk about this a little bit more? And the Buddy Way, I believe, is what the special is called.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking. It's funny, all 6 of the Pro Bowl quarterbacks were counselors at the Manning Passing Academy, and Russell Wilson was actually a camper at the Manning Passing Academy. And as a camp that my family started, and Buddy Teevens just ran the organization and logistics for all 28 years that we've had the camp. He was the head coach at Tulane, Pat, when we started. That was the New Orleans connection. He, went on to coach different places, a longtime coach at Dartmouth. Wherever he was, he came back and ran the logistics. Positive, just a high-energy guy. Look, it's an organizational nightmare for 1,500 kids in South Louisiana, 150 coaches. Buddy just ran it as smooth as can be. One of the first coaches to hire women, one of the first coaches to get rid of tackling in practice, created this mechanical dummy by some Dartmouth students that he helped create to cut down on concussions and head injuries. And so an innovative guy in growing the game, lost his wife way too early and wanted to pay just kind of his legacy forward, letting people know who this guy was, what he did. And it's called The Buddy Way, and it's out on ESPN+. It's an inspiring, powerful story that I think everybody would enjoy watching and learning about him.
Hell yeah, buddy. You done good, buddy.
Yeah.
That's beautiful stuff. Your write-up was powerful, man. I read it the other day. It was a very powerful write-up, and obviously came from a place of a lot of passion for a human and obviously a lot of respect. So I can't wait to watch that. Now, we have some questions around the NFL about some burning topics. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Peyton, obviously this week with the Josh Allen and Bills losing to the Chiefs and Mahomes again, the big narrative is, will Josh ever be able to get it done versus Mahomes in the playoffs? Because obviously he's undefeated in the regular season. What is that kind of like as a quarterback who kind of can't get over that one team, that one player, every single offseason going in with the same feeling against the same team? How do you think the Bills and Josh Allen can kind of get over that hump?
Yeah, look, I can relate. I mean, I lived that life, and I sent Josh a text voice memo after the game and just telling him how much I enjoyed watching him play this year and how well he competed, and just to keep his head up, keep grinding, keep sawing wood. Look, I lived that life. Tom Brady and the Patriots beat us back-to-back playoff years, once in the AFC Championship, once in the divisional round, and that's all you hear about all offseason. Yeah, but had a great season. Yeah, but you can't beat the Patriots in the postseason. And then 2 years later, we did it. We beat them in the AFC Championship, win the Super Bowl. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go crawl in a hole and feel sorry for yourself? Or are you going to just keep fighting and keep grinding? I would rather, and I think Josh Allen and Lamar feel the same way, have their hearts ripped out in the AFC Championship by 3 points, as opposed to finishing 7-10.
Yeah. And
you probably smoke a cigar in that locker room after that last win because you're kind of in a good mood and you feel kind of good. The truth is you're a bad team and you're so far away. Would you rather be 7-10 or have your heart ripped out by being close. I'd rather have my heart ripped out because that means they're close. And Josh Allen's close. Lamar's close. They will get there. I believe it. It's just, look, they're not losing to bad teams. Last time I checked, Mahomes and the Chiefs, there's a reason they're in the Super Bowl. They're a good team, right? We lost to the Patriots. It sucked. I hated it, but they were the better team. And so I think Josh and Lamar will both get there, but until then they have to own it, and they are doing it. They're not hiding from it. And I think their time will come.
You talk about smoking cigars after going 7-10 because you win the last game of the season. Jim Irsay told the Colts that they're undefeated in 2025.
Yeah,
because they won that last game of the season. I don't know if you saw that, Pete. It was awesome. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. It was really cool to see as a season ticket holder. But on that note, you talk about them losing to a very good team in the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, and obviously I'm sure you've had to talk about him numerous times. We've asked you about him on this particular program. He's already a Mount Rushmore guy. He's only 29 years old, obviously trying to accomplish something that's never been done in the modern Super Bowl era, win 3 straight. What do you think it is about him that he's been able to continue this and not get comfortable or content? His contract is nowhere near what some of these dudes are. Never hear a peep. He shows up. He had a kid a couple weeks ago, middle of the season, could be exhausted, still shows up. What do you think it is about Patrick that makes him so special and this Chiefs team as a whole that makes them so special, Peyton?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure anybody can speak about Patrick about what it is except him, because it is unique. It is different. I think he can beat you in so many different ways. You know, people say you got to keep him in the pocket. He'll shred you that way. Hey, let's force him out of the middle. You saw some great runs he had against Buffalo. He throws the ball on the run as well as anybody in the league, and he just doesn't really sweat out there. I think he likes getting behind and creating a little drama, good TV ratings, knowing he's going to lead you down for a 2-minute drill. And their team has been there, and their team never flinches because they're like, hey, we've been here before. We were down to this team. We can come back, and they've been that way all season. So, look, they're the bully, and they've earned it. And everybody said they kind of had an off year this year. They lost 1 game, and they got the home field, and now they're back in New Orleans. So they're the bully, and until you punch the bully in the mouth, they're going to keep bullying you. And I think that's the case until somebody does it.
I love all season. This team isn't that good. This team isn't. They're not that good.
What?
Yeah, back-to-back Super Bowl champs. They're 15-1 going into the last week. It's like they haven't even played good football yet. It's like, okay, well, tell us when they play good football, because all they do is win. Now, they're taking on a team that prides themselves as a bully, though, I feel like. We're going to be talking to Coach Sirianni in about an hour, but that's their style of play. It's like a 1990s team. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Peyton, his counterpart, Jalen Hurts, we've seen all the stats about guys going to the Super Bowl and then never making it back. You know, he's obviously done that a couple years after. But for you particularly, how much did you learn after your first Super Bowl, whether it was, handling the week and all that kind of stuff, or like the game itself? Like, how much more comfortable do you think Jalen Hurts will be in this Super Bowl as opposed to the last one when they played the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think he'll be way more comfortable. Look, Mahomes, gets his mail sent to the Super Bowl every year because he knows he's going to be there. Hurts, I remember talking to him a couple of years ago about kind of, hey, what's any advice? What's the routine? And he didn't call me for that this year because he knows it. And I think, the more comfortable you are during the week, the better you're going to play. Sirianni, I talked to Nick about it, and he said, "Do you have any thoughts?" I'm like, "Nick, you know what to do." I think they'll kind of put the game plan in this week. Is that they were going to play kind of Sunday, and then next week you go down and review. But look, Jalen is probably one pass interference from a couple years ago from being a Super Bowl champion quarterback. He is a championship quarterback from college. So he thrives in these type of moments, and I see him playing well. I think a lot of attention is going to be on Saquon, as it should, including from the Chiefs and Spags. So I think Jalen and Brown and Smith are going to have to do some things in the passing game, and he certainly can do that.
Yeah, on your point about Saquon, AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Peyton, everyone expects Saquon to go off and have a monster day. I mean, I do too. Every time you turn on the TV and you watch an Eagles game, the guy's breaking another explosive run. Do you think the Eagles are going to need a huge game out of Saquon to even have a chance to win this thing?
I mean, I think it's easy to say that, but look, Saquon's presence is the factor. The fact that Spags is calling, run blitzes and defensive schemes to stop him, extra defender down there in the box. That means one-on-one coverage for Brown and Smith, and Jalen knows that. So, look, I mean, Saquon doesn't have to have a carry because they're going to try to have a guy down there to stop him. It's the presence, right? It's Edgerrin James next to you, and the defense going, we can't let this guy run it down our throat. So we got to play one-on-one. And now, look, one-on-one coverage is what you want as a quarterback, as a receiver. So, no, I think the answer is no. I just think as long as he's in uniform and standing next to Jalen, his presence can create some real passing game opportunities for the Eagles.
Yeah, Jalen threw for 300 plus in the last Super Bowl he was in, and then in the NFC Championship, he had some of his best throws of the entire season. Obviously, you're going to need that to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Not going to be able to make any mistakes. How'd you feel about the narrative all year that, like, you can't win with a great offensive line and a dominant run game anymore in 2025 NFL football? Feels like they're debunking all of that right now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, everybody wants to, establish some trend and just be the first one to say it. I remember when I was playing in the middle of my career, they're like, there's no more place. There isn't a place for the drop back quarterback anymore. I was like, God, I hope that's not true. I really like playing in the NFL. I'm out of a job. Brady's out of a job. Eli's out of a job. And it just wasn't true. Look, there's different ways to do it. And I think the smart coaches are the ones that design plays based around who they have playing. And that's what Andy does. That's what Sirianni does. That's what Sean McVay does. I mean, that's what it's about. So there's a place for everybody. You just got to figure out how it works in that particular system.
Yeah, what's best for your team with that offensive line? And then they bring in Saquon from the Giants. I mean, what a signing. What awesome. a historic free agent signing there, I think, Peyton.
No, it was awesome. And, look, obviously, if they win it all, and look, the fact that they're here probably was the right decision not to play him in that last game. I would like to have seen that record broken because it's NFL history, and like for all those offensive linemen to have that on their resume that I blocked for the all-time single-season rusher. You can tell Dickerson loves that record and did not want it to be broken, and that would have been cool. But look, if somebody would have gotten hurt in that last game and they're not in the Super Bowl, that was probably the right call. But awesome year by Saquon, and like you said, awesome year by those guys up front.
Okay, so my rookie year was completely undefeated year until the decision was made to lose the last two games to Jets and Bills. And obviously I was way too young to have a thought, and I'm a punter, so let's not do it. But I remember there being a lot of upset people in the building that decision was made because the 72 Dolphins are still popping champagne for being the only undefeated team. Was I reading that situation right? You guys all wanted to go for that, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
Well, look, it was, it's easy to say now it's what we should have done, but look, nobody got hurt. We made it to the Super Bowl. We didn't win, but we got there. Like, I can't remember if it was the year before or that year, Wes Welker had gotten hurt in the last game for the Patriots. I want to say it was against Houston. Yep. I remember that was kind of just on our minds, like, and that kind of affected them, that year or whatnot. So, look, it's all about, you make a decision, as General Patton once said, you make a decision and you do it like hell. And you just go forward, and everybody's going to second guess or whatnot. Like I said, I wanted Saquon to go for it, but had him or Dickerson or Lane gotten hurt in that game, we'd be killing Sirianni.
He would be fired.
How would you do that? That's selfish or whatnot. So look, it was their call. It looks like it was the right call, and here they are, getting ready to go at it in New Orleans. So, good for them.
Super Bowl obviously has great commercials. You're going to be a part of a few of them, it does sound like. One of them has our attention. Bruce Brown has a question for you.
Yeah, Peyton. So, obviously, Eli's kind of had the jump so far in the Pro Bowl games, but how are you feeling about the field goal kicking deal during the Super Bowl? Do you think you can get him there, or what do you think?
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great as far as how I'm feeling. I'm sore, Pat.
Yeah.
I've been practicing. I can't tell you how sore the inner growing. Eli pulled a quad.
Oh, he's going in there injured.
Oh boy.
I think that should be out there on the report. He's recovering, but much respect, because you kick. And of course, you go in there and say, I'm going to kick 15. When you go 0 for 15, you kick 25 more. And you're more sore, and you can't practice for another week. I was going straight on for a while, and Lutz, who's kind of been my consulted. He don't want anybody to know that based on how I kick. If I kick poorly, he's like, don't tell anybody I've been helping you.
Yeah.
But I was kicking straight on with the square toe, and he's like, I got to tell you, Peyton, you don't kick well like that, and you look like a fool. They're going to kill you on social media. So at least now I've gone soccer style. I look better. I'm not saying it's great, but I don't have to be great. I just got to be better than Eli, and that's the key.
Okay.
So I've been working at it, though. I have been working at it.
How long's the field goal? 20 yards?
25 yards. Make, kick again, miss, go up to the 20. First one to make. I think we have about a 45-second window. So I think it needs to be done quickly. Gronk said there was wind last year for him. I've been kicking indoors at the Broncos. I don't want anybody to see me. So they said I could kick it down here at the Pro Bowl. I'm like, no chance. That means people can watch. I'll wait for my live event in New Orleans on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, 130 million people get to watch it. Yeah, first time I'm seeing it, I want the whole world to watch this. As soon as I heard you were doing it, I sent you the boot, the flat boot, because I do that field goal kick on game day every single weekend. And these people that have never kicked a soccer ball before, they have these boots on. I'm like, you just need to go straight on and just swing as hard as you can. So I wanted to give you that, and you said, yeah, I tried that. It's not good. So I'm going soccer.
Hey, Pat, let me ask you, because like I'm bringing my own balls to the kick, footballs, that is. If somebody wants to bring their own football to game day, are they allowed to? Or are you giving them a football? It's got to be this one.
Interesting. We do not have any ball regulations. I think if somebody was to show up with their own ball, as long as it was at least a college ball, can't be like a small niche ball. If it was at least, what are you taking? NFL balls?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing my own. Bringing my own. They keep saying, "Hey, we'll have some." I'm like, no, I have lines drawn on them, like where my foot's supposed to be placed. Is that legal?
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they made any rules against. As long as it's beat up, the beat up ball is a smart play.
Correct.
That's a vastly different than a brand new ball. Yeah.
I got my Broncos equipment guys. I got Frog and the Colts equipment guys giving me feedback. So look, if I don't make this, it will not be from a lack of full preparation. So anyway, I'll be ready for it, I guess.
All right, rip that hip flexor off the bone, brother. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. We appreciate you. Good luck on Sunday beating Eli so he doesn't just have a full sweep of your ass in the Pro Bowl games.
Hey, I got Joe Burrow. I got Brock Bowers. Burrow likes the pressure, so I feel good about it.
All right,
I appreciate it, boys.
And you got Drake May. Remember?
You do.
You got Drake May. Never forget
some
it.
tips, too.
Young stud. Yeah, he should be picking your brain. I assume he already is. Ladies and gentlemen, coach of the AFC, Hall of Famer, a man who's going to kick a field goal on Super Bowl Sunday, Peyton Manning. Thank you, buddy.
Peyton.